Hello and welcome, I'm Tim and this is SV Paquita. You have to suffer a few more videos until I think September 4th, September 3rd, something like that is when we're supposed to pick up our Amazon package that has the new microphones after I lost the last receiver. Anyway, we are further south than we were hoping to be. It's really rough out there. It's funny because everything shows about like a meter, sometimes a meter and a half or 2 meters, but there's some huge waves out there. And we're accustomed to big waves. We don't like big waves when we sleep, and the whole southwest side of Sardinia is pretty exposed. You can get shelter from the north, you can get shelter from the east, and some places you can get shelter from the south, but the west is wide open. So we got up early this morning while we could still have a little bit of wind to push us. We did that for a little while, and then we had to motor, and we went to one place about 20 miles away, and no, that was really rough there. So we went for another 15 or 20 miles here, and like I said, there's a beautiful little beach here. Looking at it, this is one of the problems I have, is that when I look at it in the chart, and you can see this little bay here, and the swell is coming this way, and my plan when I looked at it in the chart, and obviously I go on Navily, and Navily explains that it's an anchorage and that sort of stuff, and what the bottom's like, and then I go to no foreign land, and then I go to active captain, and I try to get all the information, kind of weed through it. But when I look at it on the chart, everything's coming this way. I figured if I could tuck right up over here, right in there, it'd be just outside. This swell that comes around here and wraps around, it would miss me if I was just right up there. Well, I come around and I see these red buoys. See these red buoys right here? And I think these are to separate boats from the people that are swimming on the beach, not wanting to disturb the status quo. I figured, well, we'll drop over here. We found a spot that was nice and sandy, dropped in it. We're about 31 feet of water, something like that, so got just over 100 feet of chain out, and fetched up pretty good. And we've been moving around a little bit. It's still moving, as you can see. This is actually not that bad. It's supposed to get better and better as the night goes on, but yeah, it's not like a flat calm anchorage, that's for sure. And if you're wondering why we left the one from yesterday's video, yeah, well, it started to get the wind came around 10:30 last night, and it started to get nasty. By the time I got up in the morning, fluids checked, got the engine going, heaved up and got out of there because it was already nasty. So that's why we did that. I don't know how well you're hearing things here, but try to do this. Yeah, so since I have to make the effort to get to a Amazon locker, I've tried to make a thing and buy a bunch of Amazon stuff, so we'll see how that works. And what I did was the Irish lads, I haven't seen them for a couple days because I get up earlier than they do, and as old people do versus young people, it seems. Oh, there's the beautiful Chryssalida. She got her hair done. Anyway, the Irish lads, they slept in the other day, and they didn't make it as far as we did, and I told them don't bother coming because we're in a terrible anchorage. And then when we went back north for another 3 miles. They were apparently on the other side of the bay, I guess. I don't know, 5 or 10 miles behind me. I left this morning, got here, got to the first place and said, no, it's no good. Got to the second place and said, I don't think it's that good, but it's probably the best we're gonna get. There is another island over here, but it doesn't look, when I look at the chart where it should be pretty good, the conditions are still saying that it's still not that good, like the swell rolls around there. So we're hoping to stay here, and hopefully things will be better tomorrow. The wind drops out, maybe the swell will die down, and there's I think around the corner. There's supposed to be a marina and a town, and we can go grub shopping. We're out of coffee on the boat, but the Irish lads hooked me up with Barry's tea. I've been looking for tea before, and in the Azores, what's this awful like mint tea? I'm sure there are people that love mint tea, but I do like Barry's tea. If you're a coffee drinker and you want a nice strong tea, Barry's is it. Anyway, the boys had cases of this stuff. Like, oh, we all brought too much tea, and they brought me a whole box of it. So I'm all happy about that. But right now we're waiting for the grill to heat up. Let's see, what are we at? Coming up on 200 degrees, 400 degrees. I think we get up to 400. We'll stabilize it at 400. And I've got some lamb. And Chrysalida and I will have a nice little lamb supper tonight. I don't think the boys are due in here till 7 or, they said 7 or 8 is when they're hoping to get here. And I'm hoping they will too, so that they can still see the bottom and also see the red buoys. So that, incidentally, when we anchored here, I really wanted to get inside of those buoys because it would be a much more comfortable night if I did that. We weren't here 15 minutes, and I see this big rib doing about 35 knots headed right at us. And it's all orange, and sure enough, it was the Italian Coast Guard, or whatever their Guardia Coastal is, or whatever it is. They came flying over here, and they aimed right at us, and right when they got close to us, and they veered off and went right by, and went up into the beach. They were hanging off the beach, see you make a phone call, and then they hung up the phone, came back, went by, and waved to me and went by. I don't know, but I think somebody on the beach said, hey, there's a sailboat over here too close to the beach, and they came flying over here, and the reason why they were coming at me was that they were going to get me, and then when they got closer they saw that I was outside of the red buoy, so they kept going. I don't know if that's the case, but that's what it kind of felt like. But anyway, they're cool. Everything's good so far, so good thing I wasn't on the other side of those buoys. But yeah, a lot of people, look at this, helicopter's coming. A lot of people on the beach, very cool to see. Nice little place, but way too violent to try to land the dinghy in this, not to mention, I don't know what they think about the dinghy going in inside. I think you can dinghy in past the red buoys, I think. I don't know. But who knows? We're not going to do that anyway. I think if the weather's good, we'll go down and anchor off of the marina, or if it's not that far, I'll pile into our dinghy and run our dinghy down there and go shopping. But that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully the lamb will come out great. All right, take care, be safe as always. I'll see you on the water.